Hello, everyone. Welcome to the King of Anime podcast. How's everyone doing? I'm doing pretty good. Thank you for asking. My name is the Sea Tactics, and I am here with a couple of my co-hosts. Introduce yourselves.
Hello, everybody. I'm calling from Arizona State Penitentiary. I finally got my hands on that Shuku but there was witnesses, and now I'm making a direct call from prison. So you got me on prison call tonight.
Oh, damn.
Oh, so how did you smuggle your phone in there?
You don't want to know.
I won't ask.
Let's just say I won't be shitting right for a week.
God. Satsuki?
Hello. Ni hao. Satsuki here. My team got eliminated from the playoffs, so while that might while that might sound sad, it means that I don't have to worry about watching these boys play every week, because trust me, sports is a very stressful endeavor. So now I get to just chill and read manga, watch anime, and talk to convicted criminals.
All right, well, that seems fun.
Good time.
Rishi DS says, yo, boys. Shiny Wolf says, yo. Danotaz Media, hello, what's up? Sean Montague, what's going on, Sean? How you doing? Revon Singh, what's up, guys? Cool Chim, hi, hello. Rishi says, I know F1 was a disaster for me.
What does that mean?
It's like F1 racing?
I guess, yeah.
All right.
Formula 1. What are we doing now? I forgot. This is one of those weeks where I know we did last week's show, but I feel like we haven't done it in a while. Like, I just kind of feel off my game a little bit, so to speak. So I'm just gonna
your ass up.
I'm gonna make Satsuki do everything.
All right, so the first show we'll be talking about is Keep Your Hands Off Eizouken. This is a big movie, by the way. So we are on episode 7 of Keep Your Hands Off Eizouken, and I like this episode, but because I watched this,
Well, you're
for
forgetting
anybody,
a little bit. Yeah.
I am.
There's-
Oh wait.
Good questions.
Oh, we have questions. We have questions. You guys actually wrote us questions, so let's get into it. Okay, so the first question is, will Konosuba be on the KOA podcast? We know everybody loves Aqua, so I'm guessing that this will be a yes. This question was definitely a question by Light Ruler, but I'll ask the man himself, C-Tactus, will Konosuba be on KOA?
I saw somebody did some art of Aqua in that tiger bikini thing. That was nice. So I guess, yeah, sure. Pia Chen says hi, hello. Yeah,
it's interesting because the podcast didn't get together in the midst of the run.
Internet monster.
KOA.
Satsuki.
Am I back? Am I back?
Yeah.
Okay.
The internet monster almost got you.
You know, I run fast.
Oh, he still got you. Never mind. QRW6 says, what up, KOA? Just watched the English dub of Tact Op Destiny and love the Waiters VA. Hands down, New Orleans accent on point.
Oh, okay. Got it. English dub. We like English dub here.
I speak English.
Do you?
Well, I try. I should preface that by saying I try to speak English.
Say every English word in the dictionary right now. Go.
The, a, car.
That's not even a real word. All right, moving
A
on.
B C E F G.
Moving on. I speaking on that. Yeah, we haven't got together to talk about Konosuba despite all of us watching it. And I assume that we watched it when it aired, at least the second season.
Yeah, I watched all of it when it aired, including the movie.
Yeah, so that'll be interesting. And as far as I'm aware, there's a third season as well as a spinoff.
Yeah,
Or
it's
is it just the third season?
It's a spinoff. It's the third season, and there's a spinoff for Megumin. Which, funnily enough,
What's it called? How she got her love for explosions?
it's like bless this land and their explosions or something like that. Denotas Media says, "What do you guys think about the new animation studio for Konosuba? They're the same people animating Uzumaki." I think that's pretty cool.
Really?
The Studio Drive.
I mean, the eyes look a lot more cutesy. I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, it looks fine so far. I don't really have a strong opinion on it.
Does
But
look sharper
look-
than all the other
If they
adaptations.
look too cutesy, I'm killing it.
Oh my goodness.
I'm a villain now.
Well, Megumin is a child, so
Is she?
and
I
somehow
thought
the
they were
only
all
one
like
that
18.
No, Megumi's like 13, 14.
Oh Jesus! So Kazuma's a creep getting in the same bed with a 13-year-old.
which
Yes.
is funny because it's the only one that he can tolerate.
Yeah, he's been naked in a bathhouse with her too.
Anime's
Uh,
weird.
All right. Mhm.
Anime is very weird. Shiny Wolf says, "When are you going to make a One Piece series, Ben?" I don't know what you're talking about.
Is he? Okay. Okay.
When are
Those-
you gonna
those are
find the One Piece?
Those are rumors and conjecture and objection hearsay. May we approach your honor?
No.
Overruled.
Back up.
I'm starting to learn freaking lawyer language, okay? I need to learn this. I need to get off.
Wait, what?
You know, I need to get off this freaking this bum rap they got me on. They can't prove shit.
Okay. Worried for a second.
You don't have to be worried. EA has the best lawyer in Arizona.
Oh hell yeah.
You know who to call when you're in trouble.
Mm-hmm. He's gonna
Better
fly
call
out from
Saul?
Albuquerque.
Yes.
Gotta call Saul.
Second question. Who is your favorite male and female character in anime? EA.
My favorite male would probably have to be Spike Spiegel. He's just everything that is awesome and cool and suave and badass and just everything. Yeah, I like Spike very much.
Respectable. What about favorite female?
Female? I've always respected Bulma, just because she.
Well, she got that butt in the new trailer.
No, it has nothing to do with the butt. It's the fact that she is a genius and can like build all these gadgets and stuff, and literally, has a corporation, billionaire, capsule corp. You could fit anything into a capsule size and just throw it, and it's giant. That's amazing.
I mean, can we get a comment on her butt in the new trailer? Yeah, we need to know.
I didn't see it, so I have no comments.
It's nice.
It's a big
But
butt.
yeah, Bulma is definitely an unsung hero in Dragon Ball because in a series where the characters that are appreciated are overpowered, muscular fight junkies, she's just there being smart, building,
Mhm.
Big butt.
radars, being a mother, big butt. You know,
She, she, she's a really good character, and I agree, very underappreciated. If Goku like in an alternate timeline, if Goku got with Bulma, Gohan would have been like this super strong warrior, and the world would have been saved like 20 times over, and no one would have even have known.
really, I don't know about that.
Because Chi-Chi, all she cared about was do your homework, and then the world died, and it's all her fault. Chi-Chi is the devil.
My favorite hobbies are reading and sports. Did I do it, Chi-Chi?
The reason I differ on that is because when it comes to him wanting to, not fight, that's Gohan's personality. And I don't know if that would have changed if Bulma was the mother. Because you would assume that the son of Goku would be gung-ho about fighting, but Gohan was never that way.
All right, everyone, it's official. Next week on KOA, we're going to start talking about Dragon Ball Z.
Disgusting.
It's utterly vicious.
C. Favorite male and female character in anime? Give us a real answer.
What? What do you mean? What do you think I was going to give you a fake one?
Yeah.
I think you're going to give us a fabricated one.
I am going to pick as well Spike Spiegel for male. I think he is very cool. I like his hair. I like his taste in women as well. It's a very good taste. The taste that I share.
He likes MILFs.
He likes women who can kick his ass. And I agree.
Okay.
As for female, Seba.
Okay. All right,
Saber.
we got a straight up answer.
Yeah.
As for me, favorite male would go to Lelouch Lamperouge or Lelouch v Britannia. Just if it wasn't for my favorite female character, likely you would probably refer to me as Lelouch rather than Satsuki. And obviously, with that in mind, my favorite female character is Satsuki Kiryuin from Kill la Kill. I'm not explaining why. If you watch these shows that they're respective to, you should understand. And if you don't, wake your bitch ass up.
I mean, seriously, go watch Kill la Kill if you haven't.
Yeah.
KOA hosted by Satsuki is much more violent.
Yes. As it should be, because violence solves issues sometimes. Not all the time. Sometimes.
About 90%.
Yeah, good percentage. Third question. How would you describe your sense of fashion? It's an interesting question. We don't really get personal questions too much.
Walmart.
It's all focused on anime. Walmart.
Target. Big Lots.
I'm more of a dad that is a bit nerdy, who's still trying to be young but isn't. But more dad. Definitely more dad with the button ups and the pants and shorts and everything.
For me, I don't wear like anything expensive. I wear a lot of graphic t-shirts.
Your Honor, can we move to strike everything after I don't wear anything?
Wait, what? Oh, I mean, sometimes that's only when we do KOA though. But I'm usually wearing something, at least underwear. I mean, you can't do that.
It's a pair of socks.
No.
With holes in them.
No. Barefoot is the way to go. But yeah, I usually wear graphic tees. Usually the color is always black. I don't wear a lot of button-down shirts. Usually just casual wear. Yeah. I'm starting to like dressing in baggy clothes. That's way more comfortable to me. So the fashion sense might change. You might see a whole different Satsuki. Who knows? I might pull up in the fur coat.
Oh damn!
Jeez.
You know what I'm saying? Like Magic Johnson.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
I was gonna
So-
say like that one picture of Fubuki.
No. Ooh, no. It's hard to. I wouldn't even dare try to replicate Fubuki's fashion. It's too hard. Too big of an opponent.
I'm wearing a
Too
One
big
Punch Man
indeed.
shirt right now, actually.
Nice. What color is it?
Oh, it's red, and it's Saitama, and it's the saying, 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 10K run, blah, blah, blah. Which is ironic, because I'm bedridden right now.
Train your mind first. Train your mind before you train your body.
Well, I'm typically what I like to wear is let me get you a link for you guys here in the chat. It's it's just I wear my own merch. I rep it. KOA shirt. Got a couple Sabalina shirts, obviously. I even have a Shredderika shirt that I don't wear.
Nice. So you're saying that people should probably try to mimic your fashion sense a little.
I'm just saying, it's in a superior one, and you can buy them right now off my Teespring.
Yeah, and if you don't want to copy C's fashion sense, show us that you can do it better. I mean, that would be cool.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Make bootleg shirts of Sabalina.
Freaking rip the sleeves off.
Hey, lumberjack. Danish U says, "I want your to kill me." Is that weird?
Extremely.
All right, there we go.
Yeah, that's
Satsuki can relate to that, by the way, Danish.
No, I don't want your to kill me.
Yeah, well, objection, Your Honor. Hearsay. No foundation. Move to strike. Everything after and before. Actually, just replace all those words with "I want your to kill me."
Okay, that's fair. Motion moved.
Shiny Wolf says that's a very shameless plug.
No. There's some shame in it. I was crying as he said it.
Yeah, I don't know who Plug is, but that was Link from Zelda. Fader Moon says, "Is there a Shrek shirt?" So I want to address this.
Characters.
Fader Moon here. He's been for the last, I swear to God, and I'm not kidding, the last 60 consecutive days, been posting in my Discord server, which I will also leave a link here, for me to review the Shrek movie. And that is not a joke.
What are you gonna do?
I want to say just the first one.
I guess just the first one. Yeah. Danish also says, "Greetings from Germany." Hello.
Guten Tag.
Yeah. Philip says, "Is there a Sabalina body pillow?" Asking for a friend. Listen, all I'm saying, Philip, I have it written down. I'm working on it.
To be continued.
Be on the lookout. All right. So, fourth question is, what are your thoughts on the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp court trial, and how nasty has this begun? I have no opinion. I have not been following this trial.
Yeah, I haven't.
I'm not going to say I don't care, but that doesn't mean I don't care about the issue in it. But I mean, I don't care when it comes to following like these two celebrities in particular.
Yeah,
it doesn't really affect me too much.
I guess I'm the only one here who's been following it. Of course, I've been making references like every week on this podcast to it. It's pretty terrible what she's been doing to him and stuff. But overall, I think in terms of this case, I think the meaning of it, means quite a bit. Just because, there are a lot of people out there that have been falsely accused over the years. And I think this is one of the first, wake up calls that I think people are having to the whole, like, you know, whether it be male or female, people just being falsely accused and, you know, ruining people's lives or whatever it may be. And I don't mean for celebrities. It doesn't matter what happened to Johnny Depp or Amber Heard. They're rich. Doesn't mean a thing. Talking more of just like the people you don't hear about that have this stuff kind of happen to them. So yeah, it's in terms of like its cultural relevance, it's, you know, obviously it's important. It's pretty entertaining though. It is awesome. It's great entertainment.
Yeah, very, very well said. I 100% agree because I've been falsely imprisoned and I need to get out.
Well,
They can't prove that my hand was on the trigger.
there's
She had a lot of enemies.
There's this
I really
clip.
do.
There's this clip of Amber Heard mimicking writing stuff down on her notepaper or her notebook. And she's not even like her hand and pen are not even on the paper. It's like a mile away.
Are you serious?
It's hilarious.
Wow,
Hilarious.
that's unbelievable. Did that thing come to a decision? Weren't they in the?
I think it's up to the jury right now. I think Monday.
Well, it's today.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I don't know when it is. I mean, probably none of them are gonna win. That's what I assume.
Because I heard that it was being like they were in their final talkies or whatever, and now it's up, right, like you said, it's up to the jury to come to a verdict.
Yeah. It is. They did their, you know, final arguments and stuff, and I mean, it seems you would think, you know, just based off all the evidence presented, it would be Johnny is gonna win it, but it's defamation,
Mm-hmm.
so you don't know
Right.
because it's harder to prove.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Catching up on the chat here. Shawnee Wolf says, I hope next Spy Family episode continues where the last one landed. Yeah, same. Fader Moon says,
It would.
you could do the second Shrek movie too if you want. Or even the whole series. That would be fun. Would it be fun?
Oh my! I want to say I don't know about the whole series, but well, I don't know. I guess I can't say too much in case we ever do decide to review it.
Danish said, can you give me a shout out? You get ready for a roller coaster with this one. I have been through a hard time and deal with depression because last year something terrible happened. My dog stepped on a bee.
Really?
Shout out to Danish.
Yep, shout out.
Shout out to Danish for your dog be stepping on them bees, and I hope that your dog is okay and that, you know, you'll be better.
Jacinto says it's like watching Shield Hero, but instead of Malty, it's Amber. Amber.
I don't like that.
Yeah,
Malty's
no.
a lot worse.
Satsuki, Amber Heard is real life Malty.
No.
Oh my god.
That's your waifu. Amber Heard is your waifu.
Ambu Moti.
Amber cannot compare to Malty.
Yeah, Malty was about to put poison in some pies. I don't think Amber Heard would do that.
She was literally about to kill her little sister, attempt to kill another cardinal hero, basically manipulate another cardinal hero. It's just her villainy is unmatched. Compare her to Amber Heard is like to compare an elephant to an ant in size.
Amber threatened her sister to testify for her in court.
It's not enough.
And
where's the murder?
Come on, we need more. Come on.
And there's like her sisters think she has the capability to kill people, so.
No, I need more. I need more.
Multi-sama.
And now for me, son.
She like
No.
hits people, so.
Nah, not enough.
All right.
I respect. Maybe she can be on the same track as Malty one day. She would have to work hard, but yeah, not now. Not now.
Okay.
If she works hard enough, she'll get to your heart.
Yeah. So fifth question: do you find a sadistic entertainment in watching a show that's all over the place, or does it irritate you?
Depends.
It's a weird question.
That is a weird question. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think it could be okay if there is meaning behind it, because I watch a lot of shows that kind of start off like that, like all over the place. Like, I guess a good example would be like Pulp Fiction. It's so all over the place, but whenever you finish watching it, everything makes sense and everything's put into its place, and you're just left there going, okay, that was fun. But if it leads to nothing, then I hate it. And to me, those shows are a big waste of time.
It depends. I enjoyed watching X-Arm, enjoyed watching Tacto P Destiny, because I had the opportunity to share it with either my audience or these people here. But other than that, I don't really watch shows like that on my own, unless it's, you know, there's some sort of community or friend aspect of it going on.
Yeah, I wouldn't say sadistic entertainment. Sometimes bad shows can be good, but I don't know if that qualifies as what you're talking about with shows all over the place. I feel like that has to be defined more, because there's shows like Baccano, which is, it tells a story out of chronological order, and you could consider that out of the place, but of course that doesn't mean it's bad by any stretch of the imagination. So I'm assuming you just mean like bad shows. And again, I can find enjoyment in some of those, but I wouldn't say it's sadistic. It's more just, if anything, it's more masochist. But yeah, I will have to say no to this question.
All right.
So the sixth question: if you met with one of the chairmen of Kadokawa, what questions would you ask of them? What things would you say to them?
I'd tell them to eat my ass.
Okay.
What if they said yes?
Then I'd say, damn it. you walked into that. I walked into that one.
They just look you up and down and go, yes.
Damn it. This wasn't what I was planning for a night out.
For me, I'd be like, can you please stop striking all the channels into a termination that upload any of your properties? And then I'd probably say, Amelia sucks.
And then they say, what the fuck did he just say? No, I don't think I would say anything to them. I don't think that I could be the person to get through to Kadokawa. Imagine how many people are complaining about some of the things that's going on as far as YouTube and, you know, other things. I don't feel that I could say anything that would reach them. So, you know.
Well, we gotta get Saul Goodman on the case.
Matter of fact, just give me a job, Kadokawa.
There you go. Satsuki is gonna go in from the inside, take it down, take it apart from the core.
Oh no, I'm definitely going to be assimilated into the evil.
Oh my god, he's selling out now.
I'm going to take down the very people that brought me up.
Oh, never mind. He's going. You're going to become Kadokawa.
Yeah.
Satsuki the Kadokawa. Kadokawa the Kadokawa.
It's going to be very, very disgusting. I'm just going to, like, C is going to be like the last person I take down. I'm going to have tears in my eyes, and I'm going to go, sorry, little one, and then pull the trigger.
Some men just want to watch the world burn.
Shiny Wolf says, who do you think is the best worst villain in anime? I'm going to go with Pegasus from Yu-Gi-Oh! Yugi boy.
Whoa. He should not be in the worst villain category. Pegasus is great. I love Pegasus.
Well, yeah, it's because he's so over the top and cheesy.
Hi, boy. He is hilarious. He is hilarious. He is super over the top and flamboyant. Like, he will take an attack, know full well that he's going to win the battle, and just go, "Oh no."
He's kind of great.
Yeah.
I would have to say Garlic Jr. because he lost to a 5-year-old.
Oh,
He
okay,
did.
okay. That makes sense. Okay, so best villain that is not good at their job. Okay. Garlic Jr.
Yeah,
That's a good pick.
Yeah, he freaking had everybody owned, like with his vampire magic or whatever. And then what does Gohan do? I'm gonna destroy the dead zone, and he gets blasted into the dead zone.
Man, I would have to go back to that question because I have no clue. I have no clue to that. So,
Well,
I am sorry. I'm sorry.
Danish U says, "What are your top 5 characters in AOT?"
Too hard.
I want to say
question.
top 5.
Yeah, we gotta say that for the video.
I'll say Eren.
Ew.
This is difficult shit. Flock. It's
Ew.
2. What?
Go ahead. I didn't say anything.
Gabby.
Yes.
Shit. Reiner.
Okay.
Sasha.
All right. There it is. The official C-Tactics list. How you guys like that?
Right.
I don't know. That's really
put a
hard
1 in
to do.
chat if you agree with that. Put a 2 in chat if you think I'm a stinky poo poo face.
Give me a second. Gotta type something real quick.
What are you typing?
Nothing much.
What? You can't do that.
Nothing much.
Oh my god, light roller. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
Top 5 is too hard, I feel. I can give you my top 2.
See, 1.
Yeah.
We got a 1. Overlord Parker got a, he said a 1. He agrees. They agree.
My favorite character by far in Attack on Titan is the Erwin Smith. Those eyebrows, that leadership, he's just the best. He's never been replaced for me. My number 2 would be Gabby Ron. That redemption, I love it. That marksmanship. She's a real shooter. She's a true shooter. So those are my top 2. Top 5 is too deep for me. I would have to think about that. So, yeah.
I don't know. There's no particular order. Levi is awesome. Mikasa, come on, I have to give it up for the abs. And that's about it.
All right. Danish asks, pineapple on pizza. Yeah, I
No.
like it.
Never.
No.
Wow.
Mm-mm. At all.
Well, we know if we meet up, C's not ordering the pizza. We're taking your hands away.
I cry. Danish also asks, have you seen Hunter x Hunter? I have. I did a
Not
series
one
on
episode.
it, but we haven't completed it. I mean, I asked these guys if they would want to talk about Hunter x Hunter on the podcast or something. Just something different,
I heard it's coming back.
Yeah, the manga's coming back.
Wasn't that thing on hiatus for years?
For 3 years to be in particular. It's been on hiatus since November 28th of 2018.
Wow, you know the date.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess that makes sense. But yeah, never seen one episode. I know that there's a Gon and a bunch of villains, and like I think there's a clown in there somewhere.
Oh, it's clown indeed.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I can't remember that famous line he says. Is swoon? Is it swoon?
Swing.
There we go.
Swing. He's a fan of Wayne's World.
He is a fan of strong little boys.
Ooh.
He is the villain. Danotaz Media asks, what is your favorite animation studio currently working today? I'll say Mappa. I like Mappa. I've always liked Mappa.
Mappa's pretty good. Madhouse. Cloverworks. What's the other one? Kyoto is pretty good.
Yes, for me it's Kill Annie by far.
Yeah.
There you go. Jacinto says, question, even though I'm enthusiastic for Vinland Saga Season 2, or perhaps apprehensive for change, wait. Oh, are you perhaps apprehensive for the studio change? I am not. It is all the same staff from Season 1. It's just being funded by Mappa.
Yeah, I'm not too worried either.
I'm always open to see what a studio's going to do. Unless you're like JC staff or something, I'm going to give you an opportunity. So yeah.
What if JC staff, in collaboration with Studio Dean, created Vinland Saga Season 2?
Oh, fuck.
You are getting already. Like the worst animated series you could possibly think of. Which is funny because Studio Dean did Konosuba, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
JC Staff?
JC Staff did the movie.
Yeah. JC Staff had a really good anime in 2018 called Planet With. Like, really good animation and stuff. It's strange, I know, to hear that. But, yes, they did a good anime once upon a time.
Once upon a time.
Let's see.
They also did 8 and 0. 8 and 0 is pretty. It's pretty decent.
Yeah, it's a pretty good adaptation. Rishi asks, anyone watch the Dragon Ball Super superhero trailer, aka Bulma's butt trailer?
No. I don't know. I'm not really. I mean, Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball series I've always been a huge fan of it, but I'm just like, I don't know. I'm like, I'll get around to it when I get around to it. I'm not like, when it drops, I have to see it.
All right. I guess we should.
That time has passed.
We should move on to the last question on the list and get into the actual proper show.
Okay. So the last question: what are y'all thoughts on Trash Taste and the Lads? I don't watch those boys, so I have no opinion.
Wait, Trash Taste and the Lads? What is that show?
It's a podcast.
Yeah, I don't. Never heard of it.
I know one of the people is the Anime Man. I don't know the rest.
It's Anime Man, Gigguk, and Sea Dog VA. Yeah. Kyle's McGiles is super fangirl over Trash Taste.
I mean, maybe we can make our way onto the show and tell them how we feel.
That sounds negative.
Trash Taste.
No, I don't mean it in a negative way. I've always wanted to speak to Gigguk. I mean, he's best friends with Hollow.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. No, yeah. You're right, EA. Hollow and Gigguk are best friends with each other. They may actually be the same person.
No, I don't. That's not a good theory.
I heard as well. Who is it? Who is it that may also be Hollow? I forget.
Hello.
I forget.
Ichigo?
No, it's like it's some pro gamer guy, programmer. Yeah. So, I guess if you guys have any questions that we didn't get to this week, you can click in the description at the very top, and it'll bring you to a Google form, and you can write them in there, and we'll answer them next week. But we got to get on with the show.
And please be very specific.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Extremely.
Like does Sea Tactics like MILFs? Does Sasuke like Yor? You know, very specific like that.
Is LE slanderous?
Explain it to me as if my diet consists of red crayons. Explain it to me slowly, like I don't know anything.
Use crayon tastes like purple.
Use phonetics with every word.
Say it in a very sultry voice, like say it sexy.
Send audio clips of you speaking in slow, dulcet tones.
I don't like that. That would make the questions a lot better.
It would. Also, if you're single, hit up Satsuki.
What about you guys?
Nah.
Because I'm already taken.
I'm already taken as well.
Oh, Sabelina? That don't count.
Nah, by your mom.
Oh!
Get him off the podcast.
Wait till I get out of here. Warden, let me out of here.
All right. I want everybody to sing this with me. Easy breezy. Easy breezy. Easy breezy. Yeah, that was off. Keep your hands off Eizouken, episode 7. This time, basically what we got in this episode was a very Tsubame centric episode in which we see some of her inspirations for her motion animation and how she wants to be realistic in her animation. Yeah, that was the bulk of the episode. This was a very Tsubame focused one. So how did you guys feel about it?
I thought it was really good. I liked how you saw the motion. I'm assuming that the classes that she was at was like this proper, I don't know, like gentlemen and ladies type of school where they teach you how to do many things. And through that, yeah, she learned motion and the model walk and just like how to sway and all this other stuff. And I just thought it was kind of neat how it was incorporated with how she interacted with her grandma who was having trouble standing. And she just said, oh, you just gotta lean your head down a little and just kind of use your legs to raise up. And it worked. And it was just so wholesome and sweet and touching. I was like, oh, that was really nice. I like that scene.
Well, we have Holographic here in the chat. He says, hi, it's me. It's me. It's D Holographic YT.
It's
Bombshell.
me. It's D Holographic. Self high five.
Hello, Holographic.
Hey.
Tell Fish I said hi. And that they are the new Komi-san.
And also, I can't wait to meet Giga.
Yeah, bring Giguk along next time too. Giguk.
So, can we admit that little Tsubame, like one of the cutest characters ever?
I don't know about ever, but she's definitely a cutie pie. You know, Anya probably is up there. The girl from Usagi Drops is up there. But yeah, I would say at least a top 10.
For sure.
Kana from Dragon Maid?
Like you said. Wait, who?
Kana.
What did you say?
Dragon Maid.
Kana. Is Kana the lolly? Let me
Yeah.
See. She's the purple-haired lolly that eats a lot of stuff and likes the rain and also is fat.
Let's look this up. I've never seen the show, so okay. I've seen this character before.
Yeah.
Meh. Tsubame would kill her. I think.
I don't know. She can turn into a dragon.
Yeah.
I mean, does Kana have a Hadouken?
Yeah, she literally does.
Oh,
She could probably like eat Tsubame in one bite.
oh fuck. We're probably not winning that fight then.
There you go.
All right, never mind.
Oh, no, this is Toto.
Yeah, maybe she shouldn't fight her. Take that back. We withdraw.
Oh my God, Rishi asks, Yuta or Yuji?
Who are these characters?
Wait, Yuta or Yuji?
Are these
Like
Jujutsu Kaisen
really
characters?
Yuta?
Who are these characters?
Yuta.
I don't know these characters.
I was gonna say I don't know the characters, and you're explaining them is not helping.
JJK.
I knew it. I was right.
Yeah, but which ones is which? I can't remember. You know I'm bad with names.
Actually, you're right. I can't remember either.
So, Yuji's the main character.
Okay, so pink-haired dude that ate a lot of fingers versus who?
I don't know how to describe Yuta since I've never seen this show.
Oh, this
Yeah,
is
it's
from the
like-
prequel.
Oh, okay. There you go.
I haven't seen the
Wait, what?
prequel.
Oh, shit.
There you go.
Oh well.
Well, we're dumb. Okay, cool.
Yeah, we don't know about JJK. Don't ask her, but don't ask us about that.
Botsky loves JJK. You like Nobara.
Oh, this is true. I like JJK so much that I watched the live action porno. It was not that good. Because when
Shocking.
Panda came into the story and made it.
Oh, I bet he came.
Yes, he did.
I bet he came all over.
No, he had an accomplice. He was tag teaming. It was
With who?
I don't know, but it was disgusting.
Was it a robot?
I don't want to talk about it.
I want to go into detail of
No.
this.
No.
Sasuke, it's lonely. It's lonely in jail. Tell me.
I will say Miwa probably had the best scene. So
Okay.
she's not useless.
She had a great, you could say, shot.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
All right, yeah.
But back to Eizouken. Okay. So we saw a lot of the influences of Tsubame's animation and what she was doing with the dancing, with how she was interacting with her grandma.
Hello, Jesse in the
And-
chat. Enjoy the stream.
Who?
Jesse in the chat. Jesse X.
Yo.
What's up?
But yeah. That was one thing. Another part of the episode was seeing how we had the members of the art club have friction with Eizouken because they wanted to do their own thing.
That one guy is a dick. He's
Yes.
just like, it's good enough. Like, no, it's not. Do it again.
I like how he just didn't follow the rules, give it to him, and then just like, no, just take it. And then he was like, you don't allow artistic creativity or something like that. It's like, no, you just didn't listen to me at all.
Right. And then the girl was like, I'll go ahead and she didn't say change it. She just kind of said make some touches to it, which basically was a nice way of saying, you fucked up, I'll fix it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy needs to be fired.
Which I guess kind of could show you what a director could go through with clashing personalities. Because
Oh, yeah.
it felt more of like, it's not like he was incompetent. It was more so that I feel he was too prideful to try to change things. That was the issue.
Prince of all Saiyans.
which he has to. Vegeta has to stop saying that. You're the king of all Saiyans.
Yeah,
No.
so yeah, the king is dead. You were no longer the prince.
And your father was a bum, so I don't know why you have so much respect for him.
He died too easily.
Yeah, just not. Yeah, king of all Saiyans. Here. Here.
Here.
But yeah, Midori was going through her problems with the art, and she took it upon herself to do things on her own, which is probably going to delay the anime more than it already is. And then we had the rainstorm, which further delayed things.
Man, I wish it would rain here. I'm so sick of the dry weather.
I feel for you. I stepped outside when it was sunny, and god damn it, like my whole foot almost came off my body. Like it just almost like leaped off my leg like a cartoon. Yeah.
Yeah, it's for anyone who likes the summer. I don't know how you can. I miss the rain. Bring on the rain.
I feel like liking the summer is for people who don't have to actually deal with summer a majority of wherever they live. Like summer is cool when your natural wet or temperature isn't like, like 75 plus degrees.
Yeah. Yeah, when you get to the 110s, it's like, can we get some rain now, please? I don't appreciate this.
God, spare some rain, please.
See, I want to become rich and move to a place where the weather is just sunny all the time.
Well, I heard it's always sunny in Philadelphia.
There you go.
Ooh. A lot of you whippersnappers wouldn't get that reference. Other stuff that happened in the episode. So the rainstorm forced them to go in a bathhouse, which led to some interesting scenes. First with Tsubame, one thing I love about her character is just how new she is to just like simple things. I've never been in a bathhouse, but it's funny seeing Tsubame react to it like, oh, this is, it's like simple little things, and then she's just so amazed by everything because she's so rich and out of place.
Yeah, freaking. And then what was it like? Tsubame wanted Katamari to throw water on Midori
again,
repeatedly. Again. And she's just like,
she's basically waterboarding Midori.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. There's waterboarding going on in this episode and as well in Komi-san.
Yeah,
is it?
I mean, waterboarding is a good
rite of
choice of
passage.
No, it's a good choice of torture. Like, yeah.
Do you wish that Elsa would waterboard you, Satsuki?
No, I would like something a lot more personal. Waterboarding is just like, do something. Like, do something. If you're going to do something like torture to me, now I'm not saying I want to be tortured, but if you're going to do it, and if I'm going to find some enjoyment in it, maybe like choking would work.
Oh, jeez.
That's something with their hands,
You would want her to be on top as she strangled you with both her hands?
I'm not saying I want this. I'm saying if I was given a chance of how do you want to be tortured, then that's what I would probably choose. Something a little more intimate, something a little more hands-on.
So like I was saying, either her on top with both hands, or she's behind you with, her boobs touching your back, and then she's got kind of like a little, wrap around, your neck that way, as she's whispering into your ear, going, Sasuke.
Oh
for sure.
God.
That's a lot better than being waterboarded, or what's the other torture? They have like the little triangle thing that.
Why are we
like,
talking about torture? Let's get back to the anime.
No, yeah. Anime is torture. That's another way to kill somebody. Put on an episode of Igarashi Sotsu. Yeah. Or
Oh my
make him
God.
watch Hero.
Light Ruler is and Rishi are down bad. Light Ruler says, "Has it ever been so hot that you wish you had some gamer girl bath water?"
No.
No. I no. I'd rather die.
Light Ruler, viciously on eBay searching for that Pokimane bathwater.
I mean,
And didn't people get herpes from drinking it?
it wasn't Pokemon. It was can't remember her name. I can't remember her name. Damn.
Yeah, somebody gave out their bathwater, and some people drank it and got herpes.
It's the one with
I'm
the
like-
pink hair. I think that was a hoax, though. I think that was a hoax.
Oh, you're talking
that
about
wasn't real. Okay.
talking about the girl that dumped stuff all over herself. Yeah, I can't remember her name.
Oh well.
Somebody in the chat will
I'm gonna
probably
be
know. Belle
I'm gonna be
Delphine.
Twitch
There you
streaming
go.
later,
Yeah,
and
Bella
I'm gonna be
Delphine.
in a
Yeah.
I'm gonna be in a bathtub.
There you go.
Bella.
There you go.
Big Bella. But yeah, it was cool just seeing the process of stuff. Like every time we see how they work out things with the animation is always cool because it's just like a microcosm of how it would probably be in real life, and it's cool to see high school kids be enthusiastic about animation and making anime. And I really, this episode really made me appreciate Tsubame because I feel like I can kind of relate this to being a YouTuber when she talks about wanting to put in details that people might not appreciate, but it's really for herself, but it's even for the people that it's like maybe a single person that looks forward to something like this. She puts in details like that even though the common person won't appreciate it. And in the same way, like with my YouTube videos, I do a lot of editing that I know that's not going to be talked about, praised, or acknowledged, but you want to do it because you want to make the video to the best of your ability. And you see some of that pride in Tsubame with her animation, and like I said, her being so keen on details.
Yeah, it's a very commendable and a very respectable trait about her character, in my opinion.
I appreciate it. Surprisingly, Sayaka took a kind of a back seat to this episode. It was really focused on Midori and Tsubame. And Sayaka was just there for the waterboarding and like different facial expressions. Because she hit someone with that
Also, the Kato.
Well, the thing that stuck out for me was when Midori kept like pointing something, and it looked like she was like saying something to her, and then she just kept like turning and just staring at her. So then Midori would just kind of like back off, and then she'd do it again, and then she'd do it again.
It looked like she was trying to bite her finger.
Yeah, because at the very end, she was just like all the way, just like ah.
Which is sort of hard to break Sayaka's composure. So, Midori is a pest.
I also loved the Evangelion reference where she shoots the beam out of her mouth and she puts up the AT field. That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
They just did that randomly in the bathhouse. Like, no words exchanged or anything. They were just kind of like chilling, then all of a sudden, Kabe. And then that just happened. Impenetrable force field. You're a tough competitor. And then they shook hands or whatever. I was just like, okay, random. But
Yeah.
I think that goes with the show because they're always random.
Yeah, I like that childlike enthusiasm that they have. That they can just go into a random place and just turn it so lively. It just shows you how wild their imagination is, and how much they just kind of block out the real world for their own fantasies. Like and Midori and Tsubame in particular are usually on the same page when it comes to that. They have different avenues in how they go about their imagination, but you know, they are both down to play fight or whatever it may be.
Play waterboard.
Yeah. It's fun. Trust me.
What's the worst that can happen?
Introducing the kitty waterboard.
You try first though.
And second.
Not responsible for accidental death.
It's approved by the American government. Safe.
Yep.
Yep. That's one thing. I thought about this. So one thing that I feel is kind of like an underlying theme of Sayaka's character is how she always wants to get the most out of what she pays for, and what other people pay for. So when they're in the bathhouse, Midori talks about like conserving water or whatnot, and Sayaka actually gets mad at her for wanting to save water because her mentality is you paid for it, get the most out of it that you can. That just shows her personality and not only taking advantage of the circumstances given to you, but I feel that she has shown that when somebody pays her, she tries to the best of her ability to accommodate them. She doesn't really like to take shortcuts. So
yeah, she's a decent person.
Sorta.
She doesn't have that imagination randomly like the other two, but boy does she know money and getting her money's worth.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Like it's because she values money that she wants to make sure that it is truly being valued in every sense of the word, and how she spends it and how she receives it. So that's my takeaways from this episode.
Yeah, that was really pretty much it. I mean, there was one other scene where she was like, I don't know, it seemed like she was, and what I'm talking about, Tsubame was in a slump. She had animated it pretty well.
Oh yeah.
But I guess she didn't think it was good in her mind, but then when they added sound, they were like, see, it's pretty good. And she's like, yeah, it is pretty good. But then she still wasn't satisfied because I guess she wanted that attention to detail, which I think definitely rings true to, I don't know, there's some animators you could tell, like, they're just doing it for a paycheck, and then there's some that are just truly passionate about the stuff that they do, and it shows in the final product.
Yeah, right. And I think this show will make you appreciate every aspect that goes into anime with animation and the sound and everything, because when they talk about how the sound kind of plays into the actual animation, like what you're seeing, that's true. Because they're like, to use an example, there are like samurai scenes where you'll have like the standoff, and you have that one scene where they cut each other and they do the little stand thing. You can
one
use
falls
that.
over.
Yeah, you can use a scene like that to where there's barely any animation, but it still works and it looks great just based on the sound and like the atmosphere that you set. You could have like the wind blowing, and then you hear that one slice. You could have a black screen and you just have something on the screen where like you show a cut. It doesn't have to, you don't have to animate every single little detail for it to translate to enjoyment for the viewer. Sound can help a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that is like something that I noticed when they were talking, when they were going over that, and the episode was the exact same thing. I think it's, it's that aspect of the creator's mind where they're in it, right? And they're invested in it, and they think it's going a certain way, and they don't really appreciate or really understand the full product until it's actually all put together, even though they may think they do. It's the same kind of concept of like if you're working on something and you don't know how it's going, but you take 15 minutes, to go a walk around the block, you come back and you're like, oh no, this is actually really good. Or like, for example, I write music. Like sometimes I'll write a song and I'm like, this is really bad. And I'll just shelve it for like 3 months and I'll come back to it and I'll be like, wow, this is really good. I don't know why I hated this. You're just, with the creator's mind, you just get into it and it's hard to separate your own personal feelings sometimes, and you need that separation to appreciate it. And I think it's like that same concept.
Yeah.
Yeah,
as well,
absolutely.
you can have like the peer reviews of people looking over your stuff to, I guess, kind of ground things, because a lot of times as creators we have lofty expectations for how things are going to turn out, and other people can kind of go just like, no, this is fine how it is. And sometimes like you're not going to put out your best material all the time.
No.
And you have to deal with that.
Well, before we move on to the next anime, which is Komi-san, I want to remind you all to subscribe to the brand new King of Anime podcast channel. Of course, this is streaming live right now on C Tactics, but in summer 2022, that is the beginning of the next season, we're going to move all of KOA over to that channel, give it its own platform. We put up a short last week. I think we're going to be putting up some more, hopefully this week, that are going to be some deep cuts from the past of King of Anime podcast. So if you're not familiar, this is actually the perfect time to get familiar with the King of Anime podcast. And as well, I will drop a link to the Discord. There you go. Check that out if you guys haven't already.
Woo woo.
So yeah, I guess we move on to the next one.
Haha.
Sure.
All right.
You have to say the Japanese name though.
Komi-san watashi wa Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Sounds right to me.
Yeah, this is episode.
Just because people don't want to be talking doesn't mean that they don't want to communicate. Especially when they got goat's milk. They want to share it with you.
Sometimes they just want to get in a fucking robot.
Sometimes.
That's right.
Sometimes Yamai waterboards herself.
I probably would get in a robot if it had like Bluetooth. And I could listen. Like, imagine if you were... No, just like imagine if you were to get in one of those and then like you can listen to your favorite music. It probably sucks listening to like the cries of people, and that's fucking boring. Like, let me listen to some Chief Keef or something, and then I'll think about getting a robot.
Well,
I'll get into a robot with Vladilena with the song It Calls.
Lightning Eagle has shown up. He says weebs.
Hey
sir, I'm in jail.
Yeah, he caught a bid. Free EA hashtag. Put it in the chat. Free EA.
Yes, free me. I hope to be free next week.
Damn. Will he be freed? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Because I gotta pay a visit. Very good.
Nostalgia.
All right. So this episode of Komi-san, we went on the field trip, and
that's right.
Weirdly enough, half of the episode was dedicated to not Komi, not Tadano, but the tour guide.
To be honest, I was like out of it when I first saw this episode, so I probably forgot most of it. But I do remember the tour guide, how she was trying to string them along and they weren't paying attention to her. But I felt bad for her, except for the last part where she's like, as long as one person listens, it makes it all worth it.
Just saying, that tour guide though, she's kind of cute.
Yeah, one kid like confessed to her, and I guess he was, trying to be funny, but no, I would have probably confessed to.
I would have been like, "You're a very good-looking lady. Are you free this weekend?"
Yeah, somebody should have paid attention based on her looks alone.
Yeah.
Nobody cared though.
She's gorgeous.
Well, that's the problem with the teens these days. They got their phones and their Komi-sans
They don't.
and their TikToks.
They don't understand beauty if it hit them in the face.
Right. They don't see the beauty that's right in front of them.
Exactly. This
Kids.
This poor tour guide.
Yeah, and she was She was stumbling over some of her words, but again, I'm going to relate this to the YouTuber plight. What EA talked about earlier about how she felt value in what she was doing because one or two people were actually paying attention. I think, in a sense of putting out videos for YouTube, a lot of YouTubers, myself included, because I felt this way, get discouraged when views aren't stacking up to the effort that they put in. But even right now, there are 14 people watching this, and I think a lot of the times as YouTubers, we kind of replace the thought of people watching our videos with pure stats and numbers. You had to kind of think that, damn, 14 people, wherever they may be, are watching your video when they could be doing something completely different right now.
Could be smashing out.
Yeah, you could be, I don't know, you could be fucking doing coke or some shit. Just, or doing even worse shit, like watching Your Hero.
Drinking a mega pint of wine.
Yeah, but instead you're watching us right now, and I think you have to appreciate that because, again, these are real people.
Appreciate us.
These aren't bots.
They took the time out of their busy schedule and lives to come into ours. And that's really something when you think about it.
So, one or two people watching KOA, we appreciate the people who are watching right now. And 3 people left, as I said that. So fuck you.
They're like, we don't like this sentimental shit.
We don't like appreciation around here. That's not why I watch KOA. I watch KOA for violence.
That or they were really bots and they were like, oh shit, they're onto us, run.
It was fucking Vivi.
Oh god.
Oh god. Oh yeah.
Well, see, Philip says 14 people and pets watching.
Oh shit.
We have non-humanoid-like creatures.
Oh,
we have like the
cute.
hamster on the wheel generating the laptop.
I agree.
But, no, tour guide, she was doing her thing. Like I said, that was weird because it took up a good majority of the episode. But one thing I found funny before that is the fact that we saw everybody in their groups, and Najimi made it a point to include herself in every single group that she wasn't a part of, which I just found funny. Like, it was some people playing cars, and then she was like they were playing like Old Maiden, and then she was playing it, and then there was like Onamine who was giving out snacks, and then Najimi's just like, yeah, and they're taking some of the snacks.
Oh, Najimi. Yeah, yo.
The way she like falls asleep immediately, I didn't know that was a gag, but yeah, that's like a reoccurring thing, that she just goes to a place and immediately falls asleep.
So she just pulls a Yor, after she gets drunk and then falls asleep immediately.
Yeah, but she's doing this all sober, I assume.
I mean, that's what happens when you drink a lot of wine. You lay down and you're out.
I have been drinking wine since the podcast started. I'm on my third glass, actually. Don't replicate me. I'm evil.
All right, we're firing Satsuki. So this is why you're so energetic.
No, because alcohol typically mellows you out. Or, I mean, for some people it's different. Alcohol affects people differently.
Oh, I start to ramble on about random things, like Mercedes from Fire Emblem.
I would say alcohol for me, how it affects me is it lowers my like reservations. So
Your
I feel
inhibitions.
more open to I feel more open to talk about stuff because there's a lot of random things that float in my mind, and when I'm sober, I'm just like, I'm not saying this stupid shit. But when I'm drunk, I'm like, who cares? Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
All right.
When I get drunk, like I'm not even drunk now, but when I'm drunk, I'm like this times 100, and it's I'm fun to be around. You'll like me.
I'll send you a bottle to prison.
Heck yeah.
Zoos and wham whams.
Oh my God, we got Joe Rogan in here. Have y'all tried DMT?
Oh, Mr. Rogan.
Wait, what is that? What does that mean?
It's Joe Rogan's drug of choice, hallucinogen.
Oh.
Jesus Christ, no.
Oh.
The most I'll stoop to is alcohol. I won't try anything else.
Yeah, I'm not a drug person.
Yeah, me neither.
We're all vanilla.
We're all straight edge podcast over here.
Yeah. Straight, well, not really, because we drink alcohol, but yes.
Okay, weirdly, we're half of it.
Ellie says, you do like Mercedes boobs. No comment. No comment.
Also Tour Guide ships Komi and Tadano.
Yeah, just get married already is what she said.
I mean, seriously, they should just get a room already.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And it's kind of odd too because of how people treat Komi-san. Like we saw last episode how they were treating his name is Narcissus guy. We saw how they were treating him and how they were like keeping him away from Komi at all costs. But with like Tadano, it's just like he can be alone with Komi and nobody bats an eye. It's very odd. But I guess they've just gotten used to it.
I thought that's kind of... Well, I guess because he's the translator for her, I guess. Maybe that's why they don't go so hard on her or on him when she's there. I don't know. I did think that was kind of weird, too. Narcissist guy, boo. Tadano. Yeah, go ahead. In fact, just sit right next to her.
Yeah, have your alone time.
Light Ruler says, speaking of boobs, it's a shame Yamai got denied on her request to touch some boobies.
She's a bad character.
You know what? As much
the worst.
as I hate Yamai, at least I give her respect that she flat out asked and didn't try to do it in a slimy way.
That's true.
Like he always does. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he didn't try to slip and fall on a bar of soap and then go, oops, Komi's boobs.
Yes, but it's kind of sad that something... Don't get me wrong. Like, asking to touch someone's boobs is still... Like, you're asking for consent, but it's still, like, not something that a normal person would do. It's sad that's like a good thing for your mind. It's like, because it's your mind, like, we're breathing a sigh of relief because she's not trying to, like, sexually assault Komi, but God, this character's so bad.
And she's horrible. She's the worst. Like, out of everybody in this show, she is an awful person.
Terrible.
And then she just, can I touch your boobs? And then she's just like, of course, just like, shaking her head.
Thank God.
Did I hear Nezuko?
Mm-hmm.
Nezuko, is that you?
Mm-hmm.
It's Nezuko. All right.
Oh, look, Nezuko freaking evolved into Super Nezuko, and she's got veins shooting out of her.
Burn a box. Burn a box.
Well, you can't. It's made out of rock, or rock lacquer.
Wait, the box is made out of rocks?
No, it's like covered in like rock lacquer or whatever he said. It's like some really strong rock. They melted down. They coated the box with it, and then Tanjiro's like, "Yay!" I guess. I don't remember.
You notice whenever Nezuko grows into her superhuman, like Super Saiyan version, her boobs get really big too.
No, I did not notice that. It's never been on the internet.
Oh, trust me, it is.
To remind me constantly.
Yeah. She like, but then when she gets super small again, so do her boobs get small. I'm like, why do those grow big?
Why do we?
I don't know.
It's Demon
It's very
Slayer.
interesting.
It's the same show that had Daki, so. And Mitsuri, so.
And Daki wore no pants.
Daki was not wearing pants. You are correct on that. God bless.
But they tried to censor. They tried to censor that in other countries and make her wear pants.
Oh my God! Did you see what they did to his wives?
Mm-hmm. They like covered her up, covered them all up.
They became like secretaries.
That was in China, and China's censorship is no disrespect, China, don't kill me, but it's pretty bad. There was censorship when it came to Spy Family, and they replaced in the scene where you see you're covered in blood as a child. They replaced the blood
with semen.
I was going a little more subtle approach, but there you go. They replaced.
Wait, did they really do that?
They replaced the red with white. So.
Oh, they really did.
That is not.
Yeah, it didn't make it look better.
Time for the Filolio screech.
Hey, we heard that.
I know, it's not my busted microphone. It's from this prison telephone.
Hashtag free EA.
Free EA.
Also, Agari's breasts were called mega meatballs, and she was conscious of them. And I love it because they're like, no, it's okay. You don't have to be self-conscious about your body. You know, we're all just who we are, right? You can be comfortable around us or whatever. You can get changed. You don't got to be nervous. She takes the bra off. Immediately, they're like, meatballs. And it's just...
Yeah. They're like, goddamn.
Undoes everything.
I love Onamine. Onamine is a true big sister to everybody in the series.
Mm-hmm.
Great character. That's how you do. That's a great character. Not like your mom.
Yeah, your mom is terrible.
Your mind needs to be waterboarded.
She did that willingly in this episode to herself.
Well, she needs to do it over and over again until she's not breathing anymore.
Yeah, you can't say this over the phone. They're listening.
Oh shit! That's joking.
It's a joke.
Dude, I said it was. I was joking. Okay. Okay. I think they bought it.
Otari was pretty funny, even though she had like a small scene. I love the fact that she gets lost from the group, despite being the most slow-talking motherfucker in the series. Like, she does everything slow, but when it comes to leaving a group, she's out of there, and you'll never find her.
Like a sloth.
Onamine will. Yeah. Hi. Oh, Teresa.
I still ship her with the ninja guy. That was wholesome as shit.
That was wholesome. But I thought it was weird how they were like, oh, I wish she was my mom. I'm like, you thought of a mom? Why not a wife in that situation or a girlfriend?
Yeah, no, exactly.
But I know MILFs are something that someone likes.
Yeah, they're in.
MILFs are great.
How do you guys feel about Komi's group that consisted of herself, Kato, and Sasaki.
Oh
It-
god.
Two
it's-
randos.
Yeah, it seemed like the problem with the group is that they're all kind of quiet.
Mm-hmm.
I
It
loved it.
seemed alright.
I loved it because they're like random characters like in the background, and like they basically acknowledge that, and then they like have this silent acknowledgement together, and it just makes Komi feel just isolated.
Scared as hell. The Komi shake.
The Komi shake.
I wonder if like people actually see that because she like shakes like that, but I wonder if people like understand that she's fucking terrified.
I mean, I wonder if it would feel like a massage gun or something.
Yeah, no, she's
You
like
know?
she vibrates.
She literally vibrates just like the speed of a massage gun.
Also, we don't call that a massage gun, EA. That's the code word for it.
Fine, dildo, whatever.
Oh my god.
No, that's not right either. It's vibrator, because that's different than a dildo.
Yeah.
My bad.
Hmm. Oh, I also love how they always poke fun of Najimi's gender because she was with all the girls this time, and then Yamai called her out. This was the best Yamai scene where she called her out like, "Wait, so are you supposed to be with us or what?" And then Najimi just goes, "Eh." It just doesn't answer the question.
No habla? No speaker?
Me no habla inglés.
Pika.
That was pretty funny. And then Najimi takes a bath before anybody else, so they'll never let you know. They'll never let you know. And
No.
who knows? Najimi next field trip could be with the guys, and then we
Yeah.
wouldn't really bat an eye. Oh, yay!
Yay!
And there's also, as far as like character dynamics, there's been this brewing thing between Yamai and Nakanaka, the one with the eye patch.
Does that
They
mean?
both love each other.
Oh god, I was gonna say, is Nakanaka gonna kill Yamai?
Wait, I wouldn't be opposed to that,
I wouldn't either.
but yeah, they have their whole beef going on. And it's funny too because I just read Komi-san recently, and yeah, their dynamic is pretty funny in the series. It's consistent comedy gold. So I like seeing those two interact. They just have a natural disdain for each other.
Nani?
I think Nakanaka just called her a normie, and I'm like, why would Yamai take that as an insult? But she took the bait.
Doesn't she try to
'Cause I
act
guess
normal?
she likes being a freak. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the weird thing. I don't know.
Well, we got somebody in the chat here who knows more than everybody else. Yo, stop watching this weak shit, bros. Sorry. We'll never do it
my
again.
bad.
Yeah, my bad. We gotta watch stuff. We gotta watch The Rise of the Shield Hero Season 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are your recommendations? Tell us.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll accommodate you. I promise.
Yeah, we'll only watch what you want to watch from now on.
We always keep our word.
Oh, how did you guys feel about the Flex Bros?
Well, Ellie says he has to leave now. Have a fun time, Ellie.
Peace.
Bye, Senior Weeb.
Yep, nope, he said stop watching. That's right, we all gotta leave now, everybody. Let's go.
Shut it down.
We gotta go.
Eat on it.
And I go.
Okadachiwa. Nostalgia
Flute solo.
activated. All right, what was your question, Satsuki?
How do you guys feel about Flex Bros? We had a lot of muscles flexing towards the end of the episode.
Well, it's
Oh my
there
god,
was a
very
moment.
much innuendo.
I'll just say, you know, it ain't gay if it's with the bros, right? It's homosexual, right?
I mean,
It's
I don't know what
homosexual?
Komi thinks because she saw that go down.
That's
Yeah,
true.
they were like, all right, just do it like this. Oh, keep pulling. I'm like, okay, they're obviously not doing something that they're not supposed to be doing, but it's going to be something stupid. And sure enough, it was.
I just like how Naruto say it's just like, Katai, your body is just so. Oh, those abs, the biceps, oh, the pectorals, oh. And he's
Oh, I
like,
just love it.
yeah, I have to, you have to pose with me. It's so fucking stupid.
Yeah.
And then the three delinquents that they weren't talking to were like, they warmed up to Kaita because of that, and they were like, yeah, let's flex too. They Tadanos getting into it too, taking the pictures, like, oh.
And then that's
Great.
when Komi walked by, right? And she was like, what the fuck did I just see?
Yeah. You might have some explaining to do, but I mean, like C said, it's with the bros, so
Yeah.
she should understand.
Yeah,
It's
so-
like, Komi, listen. I like to pose with the dudes, and I like to be naked with them.
I
What's
like to
wrong
hang
with
out-
that?
Yeah, I like to hang out with the bros, you know?
You know, with my towel on and everything hanging out, just, it's fine.
Just because we like to practice, you know, some grapples on each other, it don't mean a thing. We're homies.
Yeah, wrestling naked is like, it's a rite of passage, and it's the new pastime.
Right, exactly. Ain't nothing wrong with
Muscle
that.
milk.
Exactly, muscle milk.
The bros. Homies over hoes. Homies over hoes.
Oh my
Homies
God.
over hoes.
Oh my
Do the homie. Do the homie.
Oh my god. I like that one. And then the stomp 'em in the nuts. That's a good one, too.
Stomp in the nuts, what? Stomp in the nuts, what? I love F Granddad. Boondocks had a lot of great like original soundtracks. You
Yeah.
just mad cause your ass is old. First thing you do is just pick up the phone. Great.
I miss the Boondocks.
Yeah. They would have had so much material given what's been going on in the real world.
They really would have. It's such a shame because I would have loved to have seen that.
Mm-hmm. But instead we have Shield Hero Season 2.
Oh my god. I heard it got better, so.
Relating to the world of Amber Heard, or as people affectionately call her, Amber Turd.
It's true. It's true. Ellie says he misses Thugnificent.
He was a pretty good kid. They're probably top 5 in the Boondocks. He had a little character arc too.
So, what are we giving this episode? I'm passing it.
Yeah, I'll pass it.
Oh, you better bet your ass we passing it.
Yes, sir.
Sounded like Limp Bizkit there. All right, cool.
No comment.
Spy X Family, episode 8. This was a fantastic episode. I loved this episode. This is the introduction to Yuri Breyer, aka Psycho Brother. Maybe a little bit of a siscon. Definitely very overly obsessive with his sister at the very least. And
I hate Yuri.
Why is
You're on the
that?
same wavelength as me. I am not a fan of siscons or brocons.
I hate that so much. I mean, it's weird because not Yuri, she mentions his brother, but not to the extent that Yuri does. Yuri's just like, your. I love you. Get a room, you two. Disgusting.
Jujuba Roblox 1 says, Oi, hello, how you doing? Raymond Mallon says, Yuri's same voice actor as Giorno from JoJo. No.
Oh, Yuri. Oh, man, your it's funny because I got into an argument with somebody who said that English dub uses the same voice actors, and I combated them by saying Japanese voice actors have like this or voice a lot of characters.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I did not realize how many characters the voice actor of Yor voices. And I believe she's only like 31, but she voices Yor. She voices
Mhm.
Rachel from Tower of God. She voices Yumiko from Kakegurui. She voices Shinobu from Demon Slayer. She voices Yukino from from Snafu. And there's somebody else. Oh, she voices Kagura from Fairy Tail, and there's some character I'm missing too that's big, but she voices a lot of big characters.
Did you say Kakaguri?
Yeah, the Yumiko.
Yeah. Yeah, she does a lot of voices. She just has that very pleasant voice, like very recognizable. And she does it very well. She can do the highs and the lows.
Suzume-san. But yeah, fuck Yuri. Not the genre, but the character.
Yeah, I don't care for him. I hope that, you know, Lloyd gets in a fight with him and like murders him.
Oh my god. I don't think that's gonna play well with Yor.
Nah, she won't know. She'll be off like assassinating somebody, and then, you know, Lloyd's gonna be like snapping his neck when he's not looking. And then it's like, I haven't heard from my brother in a long time. He fled to Germany or something. Don't worry about it, baby. Hey, let's kiss.
Oh my god, that's like the most evil thing ever.
Stoopy Potato Pleb says,
protect the mission.
Hey, yo. How you doing, Stoopy Potato Pleb? Sorry, continue.
Yo. So yeah, so Yuri is a syscon, and he's basically trying to fill out Twilight to see like what he's all about, to see if he's good enough for his precious sister. But not even speaking about that. So according to them, because all of this is fabricated, Yor and Twilight's or Lloyd's marriage has been going on for a year without his knowledge. So of course, being Yor's brother, he's wondering, how come you didn't tell me for a year? And Yor has the excuse of, I forgot that I forgot to tell you. And it worked.
I mean, hey, it happens. You sometimes you just, you forget a little bit. Also, hello, Ollie Anderson in the chat as well. Philip says, Yor's brother loves her too much. I agree. Yeah, no, I mean, sometimes you just, you forget. And maybe I could do. Now, here's the thing. Forgetting when it comes to this, that you married a man, I don't think that's possible.
I mean, I think when it comes to Yuri, she could have told him anything and he would have believed it. That's how much in love he is with her. And it's just like, you know what I mean? Like I said, he could have been like, well, she could have lied it to him and said, what are you talking about? I already told you this shit. We've been married for years. I already told you. You forgot. Oh, you're right. I'm sorry.
Danotaz Media says, I love how this episode of Spy Family opens with Anya failing a test. I think that was funny. Yes, 2/8.
That was pretty funny.
Yor didn't know how to respond to that.
She said something about like a third or something, and the teacher was like, you are absolutely wrong.
It's just because she said it with so much like conviction, like for sure this is the right answer. Then the teacher's like, fuck no, what are you reading? What are you talking about?
Philip also says in the chat, I like that Lloyd picked up right away Yuri's counterintelligence. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah. That shows you how smart that Lloyd is. He's
Yeah.
good.
Lloydmon.
Shows you that he truly is the best in the business, because we hear about it, but he proves it on occasions like this, to where basically like what happened with it is he memorized the typical dialogue that people give to fake fake them having like some experience out of town and whatnot. And because he memorized that, he was able to deduce a lot of things about him. And because he also knew that he worked in the public affairs business, that yeah, typically people get into intelligence based on that. And you know, he was able to figure out that he was a part of the secret police. And we saw a little bit of that, and he was pretty brutal. It was pretty brutal. He
Yeah, he was
smashed the guy's
shoving.
head into the ashtray.
Yeah, he doesn't even smoke.
Yep.
Eat those ashes.
So
Yeah, Yuri is okay. So here's my prediction. So we all know we got left off on a cliffhanger where, you know, Lloyd's gonna be like, give Daddy some sugar, Yor. And Yor, I guess, has never kissed a man before, because she's definitely like freaking out over it. So my prediction is Yuri's gonna see this, and being the stupid sister complex, wherever the fuck he is, he's gonna be like, hey, what are you trying to kiss my sister for? It's like they're married, dude. You're an idiot.
so you think he's gonna stop them from kissing?
Yes. Yes, I do. Even though he's the one that said, I want to see you prove it. Go ahead, kiss. And then it's because she has the look of fear in her eyes. He's going to go, wait, no, don't do it. It's like, boy, you just told me to do one thing, and now you want me to do another. Make up your mind.
Ellie in the chat says, do you like Yor more today, Sea Tactics? Yes, Yor's great. We love Yor here at the Sea Tactics. She's great. And love her, and she's awesome, and she's great. We like Yor. Yor's pretty cool. Yor is pretty great, and we like Yor.
Why do you keep saying that?
No reason. Philip says, 2 of 8 bullets. Do you think Anya will answer all future math questions in spy terms?
Oh, I bet you she will. Now she will.
Philip, a different Philip says, Yor is so bae, not even her brother can resist. Nah, I don't think that's a good thing.
No, that's quite disgusting.
Ellie says, is it because she is an MILF? Oh no, I've never kissed a man in I don't know what you're talking about, Ellie. This is Ellie propaganda. He comes into this chat and he's like, Sea Tactics is this and that, and he gets away with it. And nobody ever disputes him for some reason. But I'm tired of it. I will dispute Ellie on the basis that he is wrong.
Talk to him.
So
Preach.
you gotta fight this out now. Both of you get in a cage match and settle your differences.
QRW6 says, Yuri's sister complex won't allow the kiss. I'm with EA on this one.
So okay, wait. So okay. Never mind.
All right.
Never mind.
Danotas
No.
Media.
The question I was going to ask, but EA already cleared it up. But I guess I'll just explain like what I was thinking about. So to clarify, you think Yuri is going to stop it rather than Yor, because it also seems that Yor is kind of opposed to it as well.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, she's in the weird position where she has to keep up appearances, but also doesn't want to hold back, but at the same time is kind of afraid because she probably never kissed no one before. But still think Yuri's going. It's going to be one of those things where she'll be like, "Well, I got to do this if I want to keep killing people." So she'll slowly move in, and they're slowly going to move in. Then Yuri's going to go, "Wait," and then stop it, and it's going to be dumb. That's what I think.
All right. Well, we shall see next week on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, there's other stuff like how Yuri's he's like, I don't know what my sister sees in you. Just because you're handsome, tall,
Tall.
can cook, considerate, a doctor. You don't have any. You don't have anything that my sister would like in you. I'm like, wait.
Right. Just the perfect human being.
It sounds
You
like he
know.
was more in love with Lloyd than Yor was.
Yeah, all the more reason for him to stop the kiss, I guess.
Stop it.
Denotaz Media
It's
says,
supposed to be me.
I love how Lloyd in this episode comes to the conclusion being a bad drunk runs in the Breyer family. I mean, he's not wrong. Both Yor and Yuri got absolutely wrecked with this amount of alcohol they drink. That is true. They are very bad at handling their drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they drink it from the bottle like nothing.
I don't think I could do that.
Yeah, which that's not like alcohol's not juice. It's really hard to just drink it from the bottle like that. You kind of have to take your sips.
Yeah. You have to put something in it to do that, like sugar, and if you put sugar and especially wine, it's not like it makes it taste especially better. In some ways, worse, especially if it's a red wine.
It is the burning liquid. It's not going to go down easy.
Yep.
Yeah, and after you drink it, you will go down easy.
Mm-hmm.
It's usually the goal.
But yeah, this episode was really focused on that entire plot point of Yuri coming into the picture. So I guess I'll ask you guys, like, how do you see this relationship moving forward? Because as it stands now, Twilight is big. Like he's already had like the opposition with Yor, but now he has Yuri, who could be a big X factor in his plans moving forward. So how do you guys see in this relationship with him and Yuri going?
I don't know. I mean, Yuri seems like the one that won't give Lloyd the time of day just because he's married to, his sister. So, I mean, he would have to show or do something for him to, like, gain his trust, I would think, because it sure isn't going to be right now. I mean, he could be the perfect husband, but then all of a sudden, no, you're not good enough for Yor.
I mean, he is pretty perfect. I would think that with Twilight being the best spy, he could probably take advantage of the fact that Yuri has an infatuation with his own sister, and maybe use that to great effect later on. Because as well, we know that, he works with the secret police, and so since he already knows that, maybe he can use all that information to his advantage somehow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what about when it comes to Yor and Yuri, because they both are keeping their occupation from each other. Yor, when it comes to being an assassin, and I don't know how Yuri kind of just discounts this, but she's coming home covered in blood, so he at least has clues with it. And when it comes to Yuri being in the secret police, Yor is not privy to that as well.
Mm-hmm. everybody's keeping everything from everybody. I think that's the theme of this series. Heck, even Anya is hiding what she knows. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, eventually someone's gonna find out somebody does something.
So let this be on record. Who do you think will be the first person to crack in this fragile shielding of secrets?
Yor,
Yeah, I think you're.
definitely Yor. Like, don't get me wrong. I think that she's good at keeping secrets in a way, but I think something will kind of like she makes things more obvious than other people do. You know what I mean? Like with the whole leg thing, and freaking knocking out a bull with just poking it. It's like she makes it very obvious that she's not just some average person. When Lloyd, he's very secretive of himself.
Which is a little like plot convenience when it comes to Spy Family, because you would think someone of Twilight's ilk and his diligence when it comes to looking at people's background would know everything that is to know about Yor, but he doesn't.
Yeah,
And even if he didn't know everything, the fact that she was a spy, you would think that he would be a little suspicious given that what he's seen from Yor.
right.
He's seen some superhuman feats, and that's not typical of any person. Not just a woman doing whatever. No. Nobody should be doing the shit that Yor is doing. Nobody in the world.
I agree. So, yeah, that's definitely a plot convenience. I agree. So, she should have been the first one outed out, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Dennis Media says, I think people have different levels of alcohol tolerance. My grandma, she once chugged an entire bottle of wine to drink off and did not get drunk. That is impressive. I would get sick from that. For like hours.
I would pass out.
Philip says, I think Twilight will fool Yuri for now, but eventually he will catch on. The only person to likely keep Yuri in check then is the boy's father. Oh, he also goes on to say, what if the boy's fathers turn out to be the mad scientist that created Anya?
The boy's father. Who are you talking about?
I don't know who the boy's father is.
I think he's talking about Damien.
Oh,
I could be wrong.
Yeah, I guess I can't like discount that as a possibility at least, but I don't know. Like we have no evidence to say that.
LE says Yor is just an introvert. Twilight is a spy.
Okay.
Danotas Media says, oh my god, did you see how this episode of Spy Family got censored in China? They changed the color. Oh yeah. We saw. We were just talking about that. They covered the blood on Yor's face from red to white. Somehow the censorship made it even worse.
Yeah,
What have you been doing?
That wasn't the slay that they thought it was. It made the context of everything worse.
Right. And with the translation, how, remember in the second episode, Camille's like, you've been taking guys up to your hotels and giving them massages?
Oh my goodness.
It makes it even worse.
The dreaded or the infamous happy ending.
Yeah, I do want to say as well, once again, at the beginning of the next season of anime, that's summer 2022, the King of Anime podcast will be moving to this channel. So I want to link that in the chat there for you guys to click. If you haven't subscribed already, you should. The VOD of this stream is going to go up on that channel tonight. So if you missed anything, you want to see the VOD of everything we talked about, then go there as well. I'm going to drop a link to the Discord. So join our Discord.
Bitch.
Oh wait, that's the wrong Discord. Yeah, don't join that one. Lol. Join instead this Discord. There you go.
How did Twilight and Yor just know to do the little heart signal hand thing? Did they have that like practice?
They didn't
Who
have to
knows? They
have that
probably
practice.
practiced it.
That's what I thought.
We totally love each other. Kawaii.
What are you talking about? We're so in love. Look at his fucking heart.
They barely grazed each other's hands and freak out. But then, he calls it out. It's like, you guys have been married for a year and you haven't even touched each other's hands? What are you talking about? We make hearts with our hands. We love each other.
It's just an extreme. It just turns out that Twilight and Yor are just extremely wholesome, and they're taking it slow, really, really slow.
Yep. Even though they've been married for years.
I've been on record. If I was in Twilight's position, this wouldn't forsake the mission, but I would definitely take advantage of this marriage.
Oh my
You would
god.
tap that?
I would, yeah. If Yuri asks for proof on us being married, by God, I'm going to give him proof.
Oh my
And
god.
I don't think it's going to end with a kiss.
Oh.
A different type of kiss.
Yeah.
Manly Fashion says I forgore on what happened on episode 8. I forgore.
Well, be sure to watch the replay of this and you'll remember.
QRW6 says, so China is cool with your being a prostitute than an assassin. Don't tell him that.
I feel like their censorship got so bad that they didn't even realize like the implications of what they're doing. Like
yeah, they didn't realize it
so
all.
bad.
Philip says the only thing we know about Damien's father is he only comes out in public for his son. That sounds like the nuclear scientist from the Manhattan Project.
Mm-hmm.
Gay Flock, interesting, says Spy Family has been awesome. The only show my family actually gets together to watch every week. Well, that's wholesome. That's nice. I'm glad. Gay
So
Flock.
you guys are a spy ex family. Ah ha 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 ha. Tee.
Well, do we know if Flock's family is still alive?
No,
He's dead.
he doesn't have a family. No bitches. Oh, also, this is the last thing to add about this episode. It was the beginning of the episode in which Twilight is meeting with Sylvia, and he's lying about the stars that Anya was supposed to get, and she comments that his line has gotten bad, and it's kind of like one of those comedic things that you kind of write off, but
Yeah.
I think what this show has shown you time and time again is that Twilight is really losing his edge as to how he was portrayed. He said so himself, and it doesn't seem like it's getting better. So when I asked you guys, like, and granted, I don't have no information on this, it hasn't been revealed yet, but when I asked you guys on who is going to be found out first, I could see Twilight being the first domino to fall in all of this, just because unlike everybody else, he's been shown to be not as sharp as he once was. He's incredibly intelligent, but I mean, what does this say about the fact that she's been shown to be very careless, but she still has her secret intact from her brother who's in the secret police and her husband who is a spy.
I'm sorry. Gay Flock in the chat said, unlike Mikasa, Flock wouldn't have answered family. Oh,
All right.
good for Eddie.
That's the only thing I think I have to. Oh, yours like work buddies. I don't like them. Stop talking to Yor. We're not
Oh
cool.
yeah, Camilla. She's the worst.
Yeah, especially her when she tried to burn her.
Yeah, we're not friends. Stop talking to me.
I agree.
Don't clip that.
Anything else for this episode of Spy Family?
Twilight could cook.
Yeah, he can cook his ass off.
I'd
Probably take a piece of his ass and then cook it.
see. Twilight is the kind of man you don't just That's a catch right there.
Mm-hmm. They need to put him in Food Wars.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he would
Yeah.
give people food gasms and they'd go, "Ah."
Yeah, exactly. It would be great. So we're killing or passing this episode of Spy Family.
We're killing, grilling for shilling.
All right. I guess we're
I
killing.
mean, no, I'm passing.
Prison has changed you.
It
Hashtag
really has.
free EA.
I was thinking of killing, but
God.
now I want to kill some more. I mean, I'm kidding. I don't want to kill. I want
Hashtag
to pass.
free EA?
Yeah, there's definitely a question mark there. I don't know if he's too innocent now, but I mean, I'll bite the bullet. If he's not innocent, then
Listen,
I'm very innocent.
somebody else is going to die.
if you want a free EA, you can do so by subscribing to the KOA channel. How about that?
One petition
That
at a time.
Yeah, that would work. That would get me out of jail. Because I didn't do it.
There you go.
I did not do it. Shout out to Tyrion.
I did not do it.
Kill Joffrey, but
I
I
did not do
wish
it.
I had. Watching your bastard son was as I forgot what he said exactly. Was as good as. Forgot it. Great scene though.
It was a fantastic scene.
I demand a trial by combat.
Well, guess we're all passing it. So, that means there's only one thing left to do. That is hashtag
Oh, never
free
mind.
EA.
Okay.
EA, where
Yeah.
can they find you?
You can find me in prison cell block A. And you can visit me whenever I have whenever I am not freed. But if I would like to get freed, forever freed, free. No, I hate those damn commercials. But yeah, you can find me there at Everything Animated. I'm I am not doing much of anything, but July 1st, that is when I'll be starting the second season of Rent a Girlfriend podcast, which will include Sea Tactics and Rising Sun reviews. But yes, it shall be fun. It keeps drawing closer. People are getting hyped for this stuff. Come subscribe to my channel where we will talk the shit about it. And yeah, we're the hugest fans of this show, believe me. Wink.
All right. Satsuki? Where can they find you?
And you know the fuck it is. It's your boy Satsuki the Savage. You can find me on Satsuki the motherfucking Savage channel. You can find me on Satsuki the Reactor. You can find me on Satsuki the Savage with a DA on Twitch, where I talk about Pokemon Insurgents, Pokemon Legends Arceus. You know what it is. I got a couple of videos planned on my main channel. Some of them are like topics that you wouldn't think of. Like it's very weird, but it's still going to be fun. Check it out. probably gonna put it out next week because I want to have like a bundle of videos already ready, and then put it out. So yeah, stay tuned. June, July, August, all the fucking months. Subscribe to me, your boy. Oh yeah, me and EA soon. We're gonna talk about Love Live Nijigasaki on the Nijigasaki podcast, as well as tomorrow me and Perry talking about Kaguya. Yeah, a lot of podcasts, a lot of videos, a lot of That's me.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for coming out to the podcast. Make sure to subscribe to the KOA channel. See you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Done.
Let me out, free EA.